Singing is really hard. So let's talk about some things that take absolutely zero talent. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. My name is Keith Harris. This is Keith's Keys. I want to thank everybody for all their comments and support of the YouTube channel and the videos I'm making. It really encourages me to keep going, and it's really cool to know I'm helping some people. So let's talk about today. Singing's pretty hard. There are a lot of technical things that go into singing. So here are my top 10 things that take absolutely no talent that will have a major impact on your singing. Number one, be on time. And what does that mean? What does being on time mean? If a rehearsal is at 10 o'clock and you show up at 10 o'clock, you're late. If you show up at 5 minutes to 10, you're barely on time. Really, if you are 10 minutes or preferably 20 minutes early before 10 o'clock, then you're on time. You need time to take off your coat, get out your score, use the restroom, whatever. Maybe chat with the director or the maestro before things get going. And really, when they say we're ready to go, you're fully on your feet, ready to go, not just walking in the door, wiping off your sweat, trying to catch your breath. That's what being on time is. And if you're on time, people really notice and really appreciate it. And it actually will have a lot to do with helping you get rehired. Work ethic. What does work ethic mean? Oh, I'm a hard worker. Well, work ethic has more to do with consistency than it almost does with how hard you work. The thing I love about practicing, I'll be honest with you, I don't necessarily always love practicing. There are days it's hard for me. There are days that I don't feel like doing it. But what I always remember is that I can't give it back. Once I do it, it's in the bag. That practice is done. That's part of my skill set. I've done it. And so being regular, I think a big part of work ethic is not even so much always how hard you work, but being regular. Putting it into your work schedule, that you made a commitment to yourself and you're going to show up and you're going to sing your scales and you're going to keep doing it each and every day. That is going to make a huge difference in your future. All right? Effort. Effort kind of ties into work ethic, right? What kind of focus are you putting into the work you're doing? Are you just kind of going through the motions and, doing what you're supposed to do? Or are you really focusing in such a way that you're creating a new powerful skill set and really owning a new powerful skill set that will make a big difference? When we practice with a great amount of focus, the things that we practice become habits. Once they are habits, we will accomplish them on stage under pressure. If you just say, oh, go over a part, oh, got to do this, and okay, it'll be great, and I have talent, so it'll work, you have to go on stage and remember a whole lot of stuff. And what's really going to happen is under pressure, you're going to crack and you're going to fall back to your lowest common denominator, which is basically your average or your slightly lower than average practice session. So if your practice sessions are always really focused, you'll be really focused on stage. And if they're not, then your performance has the very high likelihood, unless you have some kind of star-bound day where you got lucky, just lucky, your average performance is going to be at a lower level. So what kind of focus you bring is really important to the kind of effort you put in. The next thing that takes absolutely no talent is your energy. And energy is two parts. It's not only what you bring to the rehearsal room, it's also how you prepare for the rehearsal room. Are you well rested? Do you show up with enough sleep, focused, ready to go, having had a good meal? Or are you tired, running late, not having slept, life is stressful, all this, and you're not really putting good energy into the room? And then once you get into the room, are you putting yourself fully into it? Are you giving it energy that others can work with, that others like working with? And again, going back to, what was the one before? Going back to effort, are you developing new skills that'll actually hold on stage? So your energy is a big part. But remember, a big part of that is preparing for it. Get a good night's sleep. It's good for you. Body language. Pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? I mean, look, you might work on projects you don't want to be a part of. You might feel uncomfortable. You might be super nervous heading into a room. Just make sure that you understand what your body language is portraying. And I'm not saying just as an actor, I'm saying as a colleague in the rehearsal room. You might be really nervous, but are your nerves coming off as being closed off, arrogant, not wanting to talk to people? Go ahead, shake off the nerves, be part of the room, but then also pay attention to body language because it'll make you a great actor. My favorite place to watch body language is airports. And the reason is airports are such an enormous mixing pot of people. I love to sit back and ask myself, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? I might be completely wrong about what they're talking about, but isn't it interesting how their body language gave me a storyline? Take that, use that as an actor. Takes absolutely no talent to fold your arms and grimace your face or whatever the body language will be. And it's a lot of fun to imitate, actually. Attitude. Attitude is a big one. People always talk about attitude, but what does it really mean? Are you a team player or are you an elitist, right? Are you a collaborator or are you a confrontational person? The kind of attitude, and this probably goes a lot into energy as well, but the attitude you bring to rehearsal is going to change everything. Are you the kind of person that inspires people to sing, that makes people want to do better in rehearsal? Or are you the kind of person that likes to play king of the hill? And you'll be better than everyone else as long as they feel diminished. Frankly, be the kind of person you would rather sing with, and people will like singing with you. The next thing on my list is passion. You always hear people say this. Bring passion to your work. That was so passionate. But what does that really mean? And let's be honest for a moment. Sometimes you might be working on a project that maybe is not so much fun for you. Maybe you don't want to be working on that project. Maybe there are some singers you don't like working with, or it's a really hard role for you, or it's a composer that just doesn't seem to fit your voice well, or that's not your favorite. But here's the thing. Come opening night, your audience doesn't care, okay? They don't care what kind of a day you've had, or how hard the composition is, or whether you really liked the rehearsal process. They paid for a ticket, and they came to be moved. And it's our job as performers to find that fire, that passion, to give them the experience that they paid for. That's passion. Moving down the list to number 8, being coachable. You know, it really doesn't matter if you know it all and if everything you touch is always perfect. If you show up to a rehearsal with that attitude, no one really cares, all right? So here's my rule. Even if you are perfect, even if you're one of the best talents in the world, if you're coachable, if you're collaborative, your product is even going to continue to get better. And that's really the goal, I hope. Especially in a team sport, right, where we're doing a show together. We want everyone to succeed and do better. And being coachable is a really big thing. I learned years ago that no one really cares about what I know. They're just trying to put a show on. So when you're taking coaching, you don't need to prove to the conductor or to the director, oh yeah, I knew that, but, and explain yourself. My rule is when I'm given a direction, which sometimes might be completely opposite of the direction I was given yesterday, all right, I just smile and nod. There you go. Maybe I ask a clarification question. Smile, nod, go to your part, and why is the direction different than it was yesterday? Well, who cares? The director and the conductor only have a certain amount of time to try to get their vision across. So help them out. Keep your mouth shut, smile, be coachable, work with it, and if it's not working, these guys are probably smart enough to figure it out, and they're going to work collaborative with everybody to try to make something work. Sometimes you don't even know why something changed. Maybe it hit him differently. Maybe another singer said, boy, I'm really struggling with this. Can we change it? And if you make a big deal out of it in rehearsal, you're opening a can of worms that nobody needs to know about. So be coachable, be cool, smile and nod. And if everyone thinks you're kind of an idiot because you didn't argue or didn't prove what you know, you're probably going to get rehired. Next on the list is doing extra. And what does doing extra really mean? Well, look, when it comes to score preparation, doing extra means more than just learning your part. Watch a series of videos. Listen to a lot of different recordings. Why? Well, See what the different traditions are. See how different conductors handled different things. Look at different settings on videos. Listen to how different singers handled certain vocal issues that you're having. This person did it this way, this person did it that way. You already know where the vocal problems are. Doing extra will really pay off in rehearsals because the more you know about the role, the better you're going to do. And also, the more you study what other singers are doing, what other singers are saying, it's just going to make your knowledge of your show and of your role that much better. And the final thing, the number 10 thing on my list of things that takes absolutely zero talent, be prepared. Honestly, nothing upsets cast members, conductor, director more than someone who shows up unprepared. And I always really hate this excuse, oh, I'm so busy, life is so stressful, as if for the rest of us, we're not busy. All right? Cry me a river. We're all busy. How you handle that stress is what really makes the difference. And I'll tell you what, if you know you're doing a show, say 6 months from now, get out the score now and take a look at it. Get an idea of how long it's going to take to learn it. Because I'll tell you what, working 30 minutes a day on a score for 3 months is going to do you so much more good in really owning that part than working 5 hours a day for like 2 weeks and slamming it. You cannot cram. You cannot cram talent. You cannot cram vocal development. And cramming an opera score when you don't have to can be really dangerous. So, put in the time, put in the effort, plan ahead, be prepared. That's also going to help you get rehired. So these are 10 things that take absolutely zero talent, most of which are going to help you get rehired for almost any company you're with and make a big difference in your life as a singer. Hey, thanks for joining me. If you enjoyed the video, I hope you'll give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel. Please leave a comment below. And if I can be of help to you or you have questions that I can answer, maybe a video topic you'd like to see me cover, please email me, keithharristraining@gmail.com.